Okay guys, so welcome to our video. My name's Jamie.
My name's Ben.
And today we're going to be showing you a range of different videos based on improving the joints around your body. So I will be showing you a standing version of the exercise and Ben will be showing you an adapted version of the exercise from a seated position. So what we're going to do before we move into the exercises is we're just going to do a nice short small warm-up. The reason we're going to do that is to loosen up the body, to increase the heart rate, and that in turn reduces the chance of injury. So just by going into the warm-up, all we're going to do is just start marching on the spot, nice and easy, left to right. And then when you feel comfortable, you might have already done it naturally, but we're just going to bring our arms into the motion as well. And if you can move them in sync with your legs, that's even better as well. And as we're just going to increase this exercise a tiny bit, so we're just going to bring the knees ever so slightly higher than what we was already doing. And then finally, we're just going to tap out to the side, left to right. And then we're going to incorporate our arms into it as well, from left to right. And then we're just going to go back into a march again. Trying to bring those arms into it as well. And then from the march, all we're going to do is bring the hands into an overhead position. Don't worry too much if you can't reach completely above your head, just go to where feels comfortable with you. And then the last part of the dynamic warm-up is we're just going to be punching out in front. And then finally, we're just going to go into some more static movements. So we're just going to be bringing our arms backwards, making nice big circles. And then we're going to go forwards, okay? Okay, and we're going to go into the video now, and hopefully you feel more loose and your heart rate's gone up and you feel a bit more warmer. Make sure you've got a bottle of water with you as well. And today we're going to be showing you a range of different exercises, predominantly based on upper limb strengthening. It's important to strengthen the muscles around the joints to reduce the load in that area. So what we're going to do is Ben's going to show you some exercises from a seated position and I'll be doing the adapted version from a standing position. We're going to be using these exercise TheraBands, which you can easily buy online, which aren't very expensive. The different colours equate to different strengths. So usually most shops will have yellow ones, which are the lightest version of the TheraBands, and the red is the next ones up. Generally, the darker the colour, the more harder the band is. So the first exercise that we're going to go into is bicep curls. So for this one, you're just going to stand on the band. You're going to try and stand as central as you can on the band, not too wide with your feet because otherwise you might not have as much manoeuvrability with the band itself. So what we're going to do is stand in a nice relaxed position, the chest facing forwards, and we're going to bring our arms up into a curl. And this is going to focus on strengthening the bicep muscles. And what we're going to do is do 2 lots of 8 reps. Okay, so that's the first set done. So again, chest facing forwards and just bringing up the arms. Okay, so the next exercise that we're going to move into is lateral raises, and this will improve the strength around the outside of your shoulder muscles. So what we're going to do, again, similar to the last exercise, is stand central onto the band, and all we're going to do is move our shoulders in an abduction way, so away from the body. So we're going to go up to the side and then back down. Again, it doesn't matter if you don't get full range of movement with this exercise, just move to your limit or to where the band allows you. So if you just want to rest for a minute, that's fine. Or if you're ready to go straight into the second set, then you can do so. You might need to realign your position, and that's fine if you do, and then we're going to go straight into the second set. Okay, so the next exercise that we're going to go into is frontal raises, and this one's going to be strengthening the muscles around the shoulder. Similarly, like last time, you want your feet in the center of the band, but if you want to put your feet closer together, you might need to do so in order to get the range. So what we're going to do is just going to move in front of us and bring the hands up to as far as we can go, but don't worry too much if you can't get the range of movement all the way up to the top. We want to relax the shoulder blades as well and try not to hunch our shoulders up too much. And make sure that you breathe in nice and controlled as well. We don't want to be holding our breath. Okay, so that's the first set done of the frontal raises. Now we're going to move into another set and just do 8 reps again of that exercise. So when you're ready, we're going to go forward again. Good, so that's the second set done of that exercise. The next exercise that we're going to move into is a shoulder press. You might find that your band isn't long enough for this exercise to do both hands at the same time. So what we're going to do is we're just going to adjust our feeting position and stand on the end of the band, like so. And with this exercise, all we're going to do is punch up in an overhead motion, okay? And this is another shoulder exercise. Good, and once we've done 8 on our right side, we're just going to move over to the other side as well. So you'll need to stand with your left foot on top of the band. And once you're ready, we're going to go onto the other side and do another 8 reps. Again, making sure that your chest is nice and straight and you're standing in a neutral position. Okay, so with this exercise, all we want to do is put the band behind our back, but we want to make sure that our shoulder blades are over the band as well. And this will then allow us to go into a chest press. So we're going to do 2 lots of 8 again. And that's 8. And then again, if you need to realign your position, think about your feet, shoulder width apart, then you can do that as well. And then we can move straight into the second set. So we're just going to go out again and then back in. Good, so that's that exercise done, and actually the next exercise leads us on nicely because the band is already in the position that we want for the next exercise. So the next exercise that we're going to do is a tricep extension. So what we want to be doing is moving your hand down to the lower part of your back and holding onto the band with your thumb. And all that we're going to do on this exercise is we're going to extend our arms up to the top overhead. If you do want to make it harder, you can lower your hand further down, and that'll increase the tension on the band. So the next part, we're just going to turn around to the other side, and all we're going to do is swap hands, okay? So what we want to be doing is gripping it with our thumb nice and tight. So we're in a nice position there, and we want the band to be central with the back, and all we're doing is extending up. Again, if you need to increase the tension, just lower the hand. Okay, so this next exercise is going to focus on strengthening the rotator cuff, and all we're going to be doing is holding the band in the palm of our hands with our elbows tucked nice in close to our sides, and what we're going to do is grip it, and then we're going to move externally away from the body. Okay, so after you've done your 8th rep on that exercise, if you just want to have a slight pause, reset yourself. If you need to realign your feet position as well, that's fine. And all we're going to do is relax the shoulder blades. Again, elbows tucked in nice and tight, and we're going to go again for the second set. Okay, so the next exercise is going to be focusing more on the back muscles, and it's going to involve your scapula, which is right behind on your back at the top. And what you want to be focusing on is trying to squeeze these two together as tight as you can whilst you're doing the exercise. So we're going to be pulling it apart, and imagine you're squeezing a grape in between your shoulder blades as you go into that full range. I want to pause for a second and then bring it back in. And again, after you've done your 8th rep, you might want to realign your feet and then go again. So bringing it nice and wide across your chest and almost pinching that grape in between your shoulder blades. Okay, so the next exercise that we're going to do is a row with the band. And you can do this from a standing position or a seated position, and it's just about finding what in your house you can wrap the band around. So for us, we've been quite innovative, and we're using Ben's chair to use a row. You can use your feet like Ben's showing you if you don't have anything else around your house to wrap it around. But door handles can be good ideas as well if you've got one of them near you. So what we're going to do is stand shoulder width apart with your feet again like in the other exercises, and we're going to pull on the band and try and aim for your lowest rib possible. This exercise is going to be improving the back muscles and the bicep muscles, and again we're going to do 8 reps. And after your 8th rep, if you want to take a little break, realign your position with your shoulders. Just make sure they're nice and loose. Feet again, shoulder width apart. And once you're ready, we can go into the second set again.